Hi everyone, meteorologist Matt Gray. We're here with another edition of the Brainstorm as we get ready to kick off the fall season. We got cooler temperatures coming in and fall officially starts. We've got the equinox coming up on the 22nd. Less than a week from when I'm recording this now on Friday the 16th. Also, we're seeing a big change in our temperatures. We'll have highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s on average by the end of the month. So, my question to all of you is it time to put away those summertime clothes? Put the shorts away. It's time to break out the flannels, sit around the campfire, get ready for fall. Well, not quite yet. Not so fast, and I'm going to show you why coming up. Now, you would think, Matt, what are you thinking? You're crazy. Look at the 7-day forecast. It looks amazing. Low 70s, upper 60s. And really, for the first time in a long time, our temperatures are average to even a little bit below average in the days to come. And boy, that is such a big difference from what was a short but pretty intense summer around the inland northwest. And so here we are. It feels like fall. It looks like fall. Thursday there, is the start of fall. And so what am I talking about? That you want to keep some of that summer clothes out. Some of those summer clothes out, rather, for a little bit longer. Well, take a look at this. Here's the new, basically, outlooks from the Climate Prediction Center for the end of September. From September 24th all the way through the 30th, through the very end of the month. And take a look at this. I mean, we're up on the higher end of the scale, right over the Cascades and really across pretty much all of the inland northwest for some of these cooler, or not cooler rather, but higher chances of warm temperatures. It's pretty high on the scale. That is showing a lot of confidence when you're talking about, especially in those areas highlighted in the very bright red, really just about a 50-50 shot of having warmer than average temperatures as opposed to, well, an equal chance of warm, cooler average, 33%. So that's pretty significant when you're looking that far out in the forecast. And also some somewhat significant odds that it will continue to be dry, where you really could use some rain. But it looks like, unlike last year, where we had a lot of rain in September that really saved our bacon from the drought we were having, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of the opposite this year. It looks like our September is going to stay pretty dry. So why is this happening? Well, let's take a look, first of all, at some of the mechanisms behind this. Here's the reason why we're going to see these fall-like temperatures and why we could see some unsettled weather as well in the week ahead. Part of the reason we have so much cloud cover, and part of the reasons why you'll probably see a lot of changes in the forecast over the next week, is that we are going to have this area of low pressure that dives down to the south. Part of the reason why is an extremely strong storm in Alaska. That's going to help push some of that cooler air to the south, and it's going to create its own low pressure system. We call this a cutoff low. These are tricky weather systems to forecast, so keep in mind that there may be some changes in when we'll have chances for rain or perhaps not in the days to come. But what's notable here about these types of systems, especially this time of the year, when they dive super, super far to the south, hey, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And so usually that means that some pretty warm air is pushed pretty far to the north. And you can see on either side, you've got these warmer colors on the map, which signify higher pressures that start to really strengthen. More hot weather in places like Texas and Oklahoma, and warmer weather that gets all the way up into British Columbia, and that will start to warm our temperature slightly as we head into the back end of the upcoming week. So like I said, there's a lot of potential for change in the forecast beyond, say, the next 4 or 5 days, so really the middle of next week and beyond. Now, this particular run of the what we call the GFS model, it tries to keep things stormy as we head into next week, but that is, or the last week of September rather, but that is the minority of what we are seeing when we look at all the computer models as a whole. But here we are, the first day of fall, in that cutoff low system. Well, that's starting to move out of the area, and in its place, we either get another quick trough of low pressure, or we end up with high pressure continuing to strengthen. And that seems to be where most of the models are headed, that we end up with hot and dry weather coming in, taking over basically, and staying for a while. So look at these long-range models, and these are called what we call ensembles. We smash a bunch of weather models together and we get the average. So this gives you a good picture of what's the most likely outcome, right? That's what we really want to know. When we're looking this far out, we can't tell specifics in our weather, but we can say, hey, what's the most likely outcome? And that type of weather, overall weather pattern, what does that usually mean for us? So when you see here in the orange, well, that's high pressure, basically right over the Northwest, British Columbia, and the PNW. And what that means for us, dry weather, warm weather, and that's one of the reasons why the odds for the Climate Prediction Center are so high and why they got the bullseye basically over this. Perhaps another round of hot weather. Now, it's hot by fall standards. Don't think we're going to be talking about 90s or anything crazy like that, but certainly I don't think we can rule 80-degree weather out as we head into the back end of September, which would be well above what our average would be for late September, when our average highs are about 68 to 69 degrees by the time we get to the 30th of the month. So this would be quite significant if this does come to pass, and certainly the odds are in its favor. We'll see how things progress, but this is just an idea that you may not want to put away those summer clothes just yet, because the 80s come back around, especially after some cooler weather this week. It's going to feel a little bit warmer than it would otherwise, and you'll probably want to put those shorts and those sandals back on. So we'll keep you updated on how things go with that. If you like content like this, we've got our Brainstorm video series that we do on the 4 News Now YouTube page. We're also having this story, especially heading up to KXLY.com. You can find all sorts of weather and news content there from around Spokane, Couer-dalene, and the rest of the inland Northwest. You can follow me as we do weather updates on the weekends and really all week long. Matt Gray KXLY on Twitter, and search Matt Gray KXLY on the old Facebook. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Don't put away the flip-flops just yet. I certainly won't be. And we'll see how this evolves as we head through the back end of September. At least we're not looking, hopefully, at any more of those smoky days. That was a real pain to deal with. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy.